She's been through it all: 3 public divorces, a brutal custody battle, and some serious health scares. And while HGTV star Christina Haack makes juggling work and family look easy, the truth is, it's been far more difficult than it seems. Christina Haack and Tarek El Moussa's divorce changed the vibe of Flip or Flop. They announced their split in December 2016, but the divorce wasn't finalized until January 2018. And even then, they kept filming together until the show wrapped in 2022.
Tarek and I, we met at work, so we worked together before we ever started dating, and it's our normal.
And yeah, things got awkward. In the 6th episode of season 7, Flipping and Dating, the exes confronted the reality of their new lives. They invited audiences in by teasing each other about dating other people. It was meant to lighten the mood and prove they could still work together, but instead, their banter came across as scripted, forced, and honestly pretty cringe.
So are you gonna let me talk, or should I just stand here?
Plenty of fans weren't impressed. One ex-user wrote in 2018, "If you want a great example of how to act like an adult when you divorce someone but still choose to work with them, watch tonight's episode of Flip or Flop and do the exact opposite." And someone else summed it up perfectly. "The digs on Flip or Flop are annoying. Don't want to watch exes taking swipes at each other." Not everyone hated it, though. One viewer tweeted, "Impressed they are keeping it real on Flip or Flop and argue on camera. A divorced couple working together cannot be easy." The awkward on-screen banter between Christina and Tarek only got worse once their divorce hit the headlines. The split wasn't just messy, it was heartbreaking for their family of 4, and the media made sure everyone knew it. While finishing filming Flip or Flop, both moved on romantically. Tarek began dating Heather Rae Young of Netflix's Selling Sunset, while Christina started a relationship with English TV presenter Haack and Anstead.
I met Ant through a mutual friend, and it was basically love at first sight.
But even as Christina and Tarek moved on personally, they remained tied together on screen, and that tension spilled onto the set. In July 2021, TMZ reported that Tarek snapped at Christina during filming because he didn't like her tone. A source claimed he even compared Christina to his new girlfriend Heather, calling his ex-wife a washed-up loser. And if that wasn't enough, the exes had to navigate the emotional process of selling their own house, an ordeal they featured on an episode of Flip or Flop. The divorce had a big impact on Christina and Tarek's oldest child, daughter Taylor. As Christina told People magazine in February 2017, "Taylor asked if we could get back together. We had to explain that sometimes couples get divorced, but that she and Brayden are our #1 priority. We'll always be a family." That was a lot for a 6-year-old to take in, so Christina and Tarek sent Taylor to therapy. And it helped. Christina later told Good Housekeeping, "One day, as I was driving her to an appointment, she said, 'I don't need to go to therapy anymore. I think you and Daddy are happier apart, and I don't really need to talk about it anymore.'" I was like, wow, that's a big comment for a 6-year-old. Tarek and Christina aren't the only ones who've butted heads and ended up in the tabloids over it. In May 2022, Christina and Heather, Tarek's new wife, got into a public dispute at one of Brayden's soccer matches. Things escalated and Tarek had to grab Heather by the arm and pull her away. While the full story never came out, it seems like they were able to resolve their dispute. A rep for Christina gave Page 6 a joint statement from the women saying, "A personal matter was discussed and has since been resolved. We are focused on co-parenting as a team moving forward." Photos of the soccer spat surfaced online shortly after Brayden underwent an emergency appendectomy. Christina took to Instagram stories to share that he was doing well and to make it clear the grown-up drama didn't matter, writing, "We are all under pressure, but when it really matters, we were all there for Brayden, doing our part. Sometimes a scary situation can be a good wake-up call. In the end, all of the other stuff is just noise. What matters is the kids." Christina and Ant got together shortly after her split from Tarek. They dove in headfirst and were married within the year. They tied the knot in December 2018, and the following September, they welcomed a son, Hudson. Their connection might have been instant and intense, but it didn't last. In September 2020, just a year after Hudson was born, Christina announced on Instagram that they had split. "Ant and I have made the difficult decision to separate. We are grateful for each other, and as always, our children will remain our priority. We appreciate your support and ask for privacy for us and our family as we navigate the future." Christina and Ant's split seemed smooth at first. The divorce was a done deal in June 2021, and they agreed to share custody of their son. But Ant soon changed his mind. In April 2022, he filed for sole custody of Hudson and made harsh claims about Christina's character. His filing was denied the same day, but the battle between the exes wasn't over. A month later came a brutal claim from Ant. He accused Christina of using their son as a puppet on social media for clout. Christina responded with an Instagram selfie with a caption that read in part, "I am mentally exhausted over the recent false accusations against me. Hudson's father has made attempts to turn my family, friends, and fans against me through manipulation tactics and false information." She added that she would no longer feature their son in her content. After several courtroom disputes, they agreed to continue sharing joint custody. On Mother's Day 2023, Christina reflected on her struggles in another Instagram post, saying, "No matter where you are in life or what's happening, stay positive. It can all change in a year." Christina revealed on Instagram in December 2022 that she had a bad response to some cosmetic work from the previous spring, writing, "In April, I had a reaction to under eye filler, super swollen, and it wouldn't go down with time." She shared a selfie with her followers showing the reaction and later a post-filler removal picture. After her filler ordeal, she started wondering if another cosmetic procedure could be behind some health issues she'd been dealing with, posting, "Been super exhausted lately, so on a kick to get back into my body. I've had some unexplained health stuff for years, and now I'm considering the thought that this could be breast implant related. I'm curious on all the ladies' take on this."
I've always just eaten really clean, organic. One of my best friends was a nutritionist, so I have that going for me.
Like Danica Patrick and Sharon Osbourne before her, she ultimately decided to have her implants removed, confirming to E! News in January 2023 that she'd already begun the process. Christina also underwent testing to try to figure out what was behind her health issues. The results weren't good, but the professional house flipper wasn't totally surprised. She shared on Instagram, "My scan said I have mercury and lead poisoning, most likely from all the gross houses I've been in, the bad flips, and I have small intestine bacteria overgrowth." The scan was done at an alternative medicine center in California using a machine that allegedly detects imbalances in the body. Haack shared the treatment plan via Instagram, writing, "So we are first detoxing all of this through herbs and IVs and then see how I feel and tackle the implants." She also revealed she struggled with a range of health issues like inflammation, Hashimoto's disease, Raynaud's syndrome, polycystic ovary syndrome, unexplained skin rashes, swollen lymph nodes, and adrenal fatigue, implying that it may all be connected. In that same January 2023 interview with E! News, Christina told fans, "I'm just really focused on doing a cleanse right now, eating super clean. I'm doing supplement detox and there's a local wellness place nearby where I've been doing hyperbaric chambers and IVs." Since making these changes, she said she's been feeling much better. The star of The Flip Off deals with online trolls and haters all the time, but she refuses to let that hold her back. Her dating history has made her an easy target for criticism, so Christina made a big change. She started turning off comments on posts that might attract negativity. As she moved from Tarek to Ant to third husband Joshua Hall, some followers took to her Instagram to weigh in, and the comments weren't always kind. Instead of engaging with each individual commenter, Christina chose to avoid the negativity altogether, posting, "I normally turn off comments with Josh and will continue to do so if people are rude. I don't want to waste any minutes of my life blocking negative people." Christina opened up to people about how much hateful comments can hurt, saying, "I allow myself a little time to be upset, and usually the things that upset me are when people make direct statements about things they have no idea about. I have a great life and I can't be focused on pleasing everyone." Haack and Hall ultimately were destined to last, as they divorced in July 2024, so it's probably for the best that comments have remained turned off on Christina's Instagram. If you're a fan of Christina on the Coast, you know she's all about high-end living, but deep down, she's a farm girl. In March 2023, she shared some sad news on Instagram, a death on the family farm. "We lost our sweet Hennifer Benifer to a predator who got into our pen. Never thought I could be so attached to a chicken, but this was one special chicken. Benifer was the only chicken who was eaten out of all 16 of our chickens. Ben, you'll be missed." The carousel included photos of the family with their beloved chicken. Fans were quick to send their condolences. One wrote, "He was probably protecting the flock, and that is why all the rest of them are alive. Roosters will fight to the death to protect their flock. Sorry for your loss. He was a noble gent." Christina's home network HGTV commented, "Poor Hennifer, thinking of y'all." But the family moved on a few months later with some new additions. When the catastrophic wildfires of 2023 were raging, Christina's parents were in Lahaina, Maui. In an Instagram story, the reality star shared a screenshot from her parents' Facebook account detailing what they went through. After being without internet or power for a while, they evacuated and were taken to the city of Kihei. They posted, "The whole area of Lahaina town is gone. So many people have lost their homes. It took us a couple of tries to get road access out. We made it. It is such a tragedy."
It erupted so suddenly people had to run into the ocean to escape the fire and then later be rescued.
In her story, Haack said she and her family visited Lahaina often, writing, "What's happened there is beyond devastating. My thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected by these horrific fires."